What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Contractor Secrets Podcast. Here we are once again in the 31 days of value. 31 days, I'm here to give you hopefully some motivation, inspiration, strategy, and I'm going to give you all I got. I'm going to give you every bit of value I can possibly conjure up in my mind to help you win in business. With that said, today is day 5, and today's topic is about marketing principles. Okay, so marketing, right? This is the big challenge for a lot of business owners. And here's the perspective I want to help you understand as a business owner in today's market, okay? First of all, it's important for you to understand that you are not guaranteed business just because you created the LLC, you created the S Corp, okay? You have to position your offer, okay? And I'm going to use that term. It's a marketing term. Offer is what you present to the marketplace, okay? And there's levels of that offer. The first level is, of course, and again, those of you listening, I'm going to use painting examples because I'm a painting contractor and my brain just goes there. But if you do anything else, just replace painting with what you do, okay? Anyway, the first level offer is painting, okay? That is what you provide to the marketplace. Yesterday, we talked about adding value in the sales process, increasing the offer, increasing the value, and helping the customer see that you're worth paying more for, okay? Well, that's when you get to the negotiation table. But you have an entire economy that makes decisions before they even get a chance to meet with you or speak to you or hear that offer. And that is where marketing comes in, because the offer needs to be translated through a medium to the customer in a way that motivates them to submit a form, send in their information, or get a quote. Okay, so the idea behind this is, and this is very important for you to understand, because if you understand this principle, it's going to change the way you market. And you have to understand there's levels to the offer. The first offer is house painting. Well, again, we all know that if the only thing we show up and do is house paint, and we don't talk and we just show up and we paint like little robots, okay, well, we know that that's not good because anyone can do that, right? So what is that premium value offer that your company offers? Is it bigger crews, right? Do you always have 3 or 4 team members on every job? Is it background checked, vetted, and trained team members? Is it you only do house painting? Is it you do house painting fast? Or do you only do commercial? Or do you do cabinets? Or what is it that you do? Okay, and here's one of the problems that I've ran into in business owners in at least the painting industry is that they aren't clear on their offer. So when it comes to marketing, if your customers are confused about what it is that you do, they won't buy. That is a marketing principle. A confused customer never buys, okay? So if you're confused about what you do, and when I say confused, I mean, I know you're not confused about like the fact that you own a painting business, but one thing you might be confused about is how people perceive what it is that you do at the time that they have the need. So let's think about this for a second. I want to open up your eyes to the world of keywords, okay? So keywords are important in business now because anytime someone needs something, our brains are being trained to communicate through Google and now even ChatGPT, okay, for what we need. And we understand that the prompt matters. We understand that a few words within that prompt could drastically change the output from the algorithm. And it's the same thing with Google. If you type in painters in Ottawa, you're going to get different results than if you put painters in Miami, okay? One word makes a big difference. So what we want to do is we want to create a business that clearly markets and advertises exactly what we do. And some of you guys do interior painting, exterior painting, cabinets, commercial. You guys do repairs. You guys do so many things. But what are you known for, right? And I have built my painting business to be known for one thing and one thing only: house painting. And I say this with confidence. The path to success is straight and narrow. I've always said this. Everyone says, well, the path to success is crooked and it's a lot of challenges and ups and downs. And yeah, sure. But to be honest, we only do house painting. We only do residential painting. We only do projects that are 75% of the house or more on the interior. And we will never paint a partial exterior. I won't come paint your front door. I won't do your shutters. It's the whole house or no dice. Okay. What does that do for the market over time? Well, first of all, it positions me as a specialist. So there's this economic topic that, well, it's not a topic, it's a principle. You should totally look this up. And again, you can't fight principles. However bad you think you can't fight them. It's called the market segmentation theory. And it's a really interesting principle that says that over time, in any market, specialists will be created and the market will segment into those specialties. You are seeing this now in our economy. And I'll tell you this, 10, 15 years ago, you probably would not find a cabinet coating company that just paints cabinets. You probably wouldn't find an epoxy coating company that just does epoxy floors. Well, why is that? Well, it's because keywords, the demand for that service has surged so much that individuals capitalized on that traffic and said, okay, well, there's enough demand for me to just do epoxy floors. So what does that do? Well, guess what? The painting contractor from 15 years ago that did an epoxy floor once a month or twice a month, he only gets 2 reps. So in other words, if he makes a mistake on, the 7th of the month when he did it, he might not get another epoxy job until the 22nd of the month. And that means that he's going to forget what mistake he made. And that mistake doesn't need to be in the production. It could be in the way that he estimated it. It could be in how he coordinated it. It could be in the problems that came up that he didn't recognize would have happened. Like, hey, what if you get there and the customer didn't move their junk? Okay. So he's got 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes longer, in between the time that he experiences that again. So what could happen? Well, the same mistakes arise because he was busy doing other things and trying to fix mistakes and iterate on house painting. But he also does interior painting, and he also does exterior painting, and he also does drywall repair. And guess what? Here's another topic, is that his team has to do all these different things, and their skills in that individual area are not improving. But then you have the specialist. The specialist has an iteration cycle that's so fast that he exponentially gets better over time. So in other words, he's doing 20 jobs a month of the same thing, same garage floor, over and 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 over again. So he's going to learn and become exponentially more efficient at selling that service. So what happens over time? Well, more of the market opts for the specialist. What does that mean? Well, the good news for you, if you're a specialist, is people start to learn the difference between a specialist and a generalist. And naturally, the market is going to favor the specialist because there's a clear indicator, there's a clear difference between the two. That's the value that we talked about yesterday. Oh, well, they're not just using epoxy, they're using a polyaspartic coating. And that coating guarantees for life, okay? The average painter isn't doing that, okay? So being a generalist in the economy, first of all, it hurts you when it comes to online marketing, because if someone's looking for a painter, well, guess what? If there's a company that only does interior painting and they claim that they're an interior painting only company that's mastered the art of the etiquette behind interior painting, furniture moving, etiquette, clean, like that's their offer, right? That's their second, third level offer. Well, guess what? Ultimately, who says that a customer won't eventually opt for an interior painting only company versus someone that does 5 different things? And you might be thinking, well, I don't believe in that, Tanner. I don't really think, man, I can't buy into that idea. I think that's a good example, but, I just think that naturally we're always going to have enough work, and, fine, I'm just going to keep doing all these different things. And okay, well, let me ask you this. When was the last time you had a toothache or any tooth issue? Okay. I've been a victim of this. I had an abscess tooth, big issue I went through, put me in the hospital. Long story short, 60, 70 years ago. Okay. And I don't know the exact number. Look it up. I don't know. But dentists weren't around forever. Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm here right now. We're hanging out, 31 days of value. It doesn't have to be, we're not editing this. Okay. Someone say, how old is the dentistry profession? Let's just see what that comes up with. Okay, let's see. Dentistry. Okay, here you go. 1700s. Okay. 1700s is when it came about. Okay, so what about all the time before that, right? Generally speaking, you would have had a general doctor that would try to treat everything. Let's look up another one. Let's look up how old is the gastro profession. Let's see. This isn't even what's AI mode, huh? Oh wow, Google has an AI mode now. I didn't know that. That's cool. See, that they smartened up. Maybe they saw my tweet. Oh dude, I just Googled something and it told me. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but if you Google something, it has AI mode, and I tweeted this the other day, like a couple weeks ago. I think they saw it because I tagged them. I think they just literally changed everything. But I said, Google's screwed unless they make it a chat. And now Google's a chat. And man, this is crazy. And this is happening in real time. This is huge for you as a business owner. This just happened in real time. I'm Googling things and it just said AI mode. This is why you can't rely on Google to be your number one marketing channel, because I only see, hold on, there's so many things are happening right now. Let me figure out when gastro came out. So gastro profession, 1895. Okay. So think about it, right? So you have a general doctor, then you had like a stomach doctor is a gastro, and like he's 1805. So again, before all this, people would walk into a general doctor and they would come in with a bellyache, right? And the general doctor would get a bellyache in the morning. He would get a toothache, at noon, and he'd get, an infection on someone's foot. So how many bellyaches can he go through as a general doctor to understand the patterns, understand the symptoms, understand the common problems, to where he can be a more efficient expert in gastro? And that took too long. So someone said, you know what? I'll take all the people that have the stomach problem and I'll serve them to the highest capacity. Well, guess what? That's what's happening in our industry. You have gutter installers, okay? Just so you know, that's not like too big of a deal, but most of the time roofers try to add gutters. That's generally speaking who does your gutters. I would venture to say that's how it's always been. Now you have companies that are specializing more and more in just gutters, in just concrete coatings, in just cabinet refinishing. So I think that you need to zero in. I think that this is a big deal, especially we just talked about keywords. And actually, I'm just going to try this new Google chat real quick. This is a game changer for them. I knew they would do it, but oh man, I just put in painter in my area and it's over, dude. Like your Google search is gone. The first page of Google is gone. It's all gonna be chat now. I just saw it in real time, AI mode, and it's not gonna be painter in Miami anymore. It's gonna be, give me the painter with the best reputation. Give me the painter that specializes in house painting, right? So I'll type that in. Give me the painter that specializes in house painting and has the best reviews. Okay. So the prompts, people are going to learn that the more descriptive they are, the better result they're going to get. And now look at this. Like I just put in my area, give me the painter with the best reviews. And, my company comes up because we have the most reviews in our area. And let me just put one more and say, I'm just going to say pick one. I'm going to say pick one. See if it gives me my company. So it's pretty cool, man. And again, this is one thing you can guarantee. And it picked me. That's awesome. I said pick one. And that's what customers are going to do. So I'm just going to recap what just happened here. I was Googling real time, and I think they just released this feature here while I was on this podcast. And I'm going through it, and it said AI mode. And as a user of AI, I learned that the keywords matter. So it's like pick, people want specialists. Now I'm going to go in here, and I wish I could show you this, but one of my rules for the 31 days of value is like, we're just going raw here. We're not doing any editing or video or anything, but you get the idea. I'm going to put in, okay, now give me someone that specializes in cabinet refinishing. Make sure the reviews say it. Oh man, this is nuts. It's just game. I love change, So I put in the prompt. I said, give me someone that specializes in cabinet refinishing. Make sure the reviews say it. So got one here that says, Frank's Painting, customers work on the kitchen cabinets, Cabinet Genie. They specialize in cabinet refinishing. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I think it's a blessing that I shared this with you today, because this thing just came up. So you're going to see this. This is AI mode in Google. No one's ever going to use anything other than AI mode. That's a game changer. And, man, my heart hurts, man, because I know there's a lot of you out there who are trying to figure things out, specialize in something and be the best at that thing. Stop doing all the random stuff. Stop worrying about the short-term gain. Worry about the long-term play. Your job as a business owner is to survive in business. Survival is being able to make it through any economy, any change. You've got to pivot. You've got to change. You've got to adapt to technology. If you're someone that's not like a technology person, you've got to. I'm sorry. Like, I wish I had a better answer for you, but you got to do it. You got to get uncomfortable. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. Market segmentation theory, research it. God bless you and your business. Stay focused, niche down, scale up. Appreciate you listening to this. We'll see you tomorrow.